Sophie had grown up under the heavy skies of academic pressure in China, where success often seemed to be defined by one thing: exam scores. From an early age, she had been told the rules. Higher scores meant better universities, and better universities meant a brighter, wealthier future. It sounded simple, but to Sophie, it was suffocating. Every mock test, every classroom ranking, every late-night study session carved anxiety deeper into her mind. She began to associate exams with fear. Her hands would tremble, her thoughts would blur, and no amount of preparation could calm the storm inside her. She didn't understand it then, but the fear wasn't really about failing an exam. It was about not being enough. Her mind, overwhelmed by the pressure, found ways to escape. Daydreaming, overthinking, worrying about things that hadn't even happened. These distractions were her mind's way of avoiding a world that felt too sharp, too demanding. Instead of addressing the roots of her fear, Sophie tried to bury them, hoping they'd vanish if she simply pushed harder. But they didn't. It wasn't until Sophie entered university, after surviving the Gaokao, China's intense college entrance exam, that she noticed something shifting. The air felt different. There was still pressure, yes, but for the first time she had space to breathe. She could study subjects she actually cared about, explore ideas, and meet people who talked about emotions and mental health openly. One day, sitting alone in a quiet corner of the library, preparing for a professional qualification exam, Sophie felt the old fear creeping back. Her chest tightened and her thoughts darted like startled birds. But then something new happened. She remembered the last exam she had passed. The one where she had felt afraid, but still finished. She held on to that memory like a torch. "You've done it before," she whispered to herself. "You can do it again." Bit by bit, Sophie began to rewire her mind. She practiced mindfulness. She learned to name the fear when it showed up. She stopped running from the demon in her head and instead faced it. She didn't defeat it overnight. Sometimes it whispered in her ear, trying to pull her back. But each time she chose to stay focused, each time she took an exam and walked out with her head high, she gained ground. Sophie realized something powerful. Success wasn't about never being afraid. It was about not letting fear win. Now Sophie has completed every exam needed for her career. Her path wasn't smooth, but it was hers. And through it, she discovered that discipline, self-kindness, and mental awareness were far more powerful than raw pressure. Fear gets us nowhere, she tells others now. But step by step, with a positive mindset and steady growth, we can rise above it. Her story is a reminder. Our minds can be our prison or our wings. Sophie chose the latter.